Good afternoon to all. We are discussing push down automata. So in this push down automata, we have discussed about the two types of this automata, that is nothing but the deterministic push down automata DPDA and non-deterministic push down automata, that is that is NPDA. These two automata, they are not equivalent, they are having different powers, as well as the language accepted by these two automata, two types of PDA, they are different, we can say that. So in that case, we say that the all the language, so DPDA is a special case of your NPDA. Deterministic finite automata is the special case of your non-deterministic finite automata. So whatever may be the languages accepted by the DPDA, of course they all are accepted by your NPDA, but there are some other languages also that are accepted by the NPDA. They may not be accepted by the deterministic push down automata, that is DPDA, right? So, and also we have seen the relationship between the grammar, the context free grammar, and as this PDA is designed for the context free grammar or the context free languages, so we have seen the relationship between the context free grammar and the push down automata, how to convert the given grammar into the automata. Now in the today's session we are going to discuss about the conversion of PDA into the grammar. So previously we have seen that the grammar is given to us, the CFG is given, and we have converted this CFG into the PDA. Means PDA rules we have identified, or we have find out the PDA rules, right? So for conversion of CFG to PDA, we followed some methodology, or there are certain rules. So logic is given, rules are given, and according to the rules, if the rule is in this format, if the grammar rule is in this format, then how to write down the instantaneous description. If this rule in this particular format, say for example A gives AB, then how to convert this rule into the instantaneous description. All these rules we have studied, and we saw some examples how to convert this grammar into the PDF. Now in this lecture we have to see the exactly the reverse way. Means now PDA rules are given to us, the instantaneous description PDA in the form of ID, instantaneous description is given to us, and it is converted, and it is asked to convert this grammar, this PDA into the context free grammar. So let us see the steps how to convert the PDA into CFG. So PDA accepting the language LG is given by, PDA is given by Q sigma tau delta Q0F. Q is the set of states, sigma is nothing but the set of input alphabet, tau is nothing but your stack symbol, delta is nothing but the PDA transitions, Q0 is nothing but the start, and F is the final state in that particular push down automata. And grammar, so these items or these parameters we have to convert into this particular format. VTPS, V is nothing but your non-terminals, T is nothing but your terminal symbol, P is nothing but your production rules, and S is nothing but the start symbol. Then how to convert it, that we are going to see. So here also we follow some rule. We have to apply some method here for the conversion of PDA to CFG. So if Q0 is a start, see very carefully, listen it very carefully, because if Q0 is the start state in the given PDA and Qn is the final state, so we have to write down the transitions for the start state as given here. Then we have to write down Q0Z, Qn become the start state. It becomes the start state in that particular PDA. Means we are in the particular grammar. Sorry, we are converting our PDA into the grammar. So this becomes the start state of the grammar CFG. Next in CFG, right? The rule number 2. Now rule number 2 tells that the production rule for the ID, if it is in the form, if this particular form, then the grammar rule can be obtained by, if your production rule, see here, listen it here very carefully and see it on your screen, that the if PDA rule, if the PDA rule in this format delta Qi A Z0 equal to Qi plus 1 comma Z1 Z2. Getting this point? Meaning is that this is nothing but your input alphabet, this is nothing but your input symbol, read on the tape, input tape. Z is nothing but your stack symbol, Z is nothing but the top of the stack or the stack symbol. qi plus 1 is nothing but the next state. It is nothing but the next state, whereas this is nothing but your current state. Z1, Z2, this is now your stack symbol. These are the new stack symbol which we obtain from this particular transition. Now, if this is the PDA rule, this is the PDA ID description is given, then such type of rules, how to convert into the grammar rule. So see here, directly you have to write down in this way. We have to write down delta. So qi z0 qi. You just take qi, z0 will come here, and you have to write down qi. That gives now your your input character must come here into the bracket qi z1. So first nt, this non-terminal you have to take here as z1, qm bracket complete dot, start from qm state again, qm dot z2. So second non-terminal you have to take here z2 dot qi plus k. Now how it is, you have to observe that this is the PDA rule, it is given, and we have to write down the transition. We have to write down the transition in this way. You have to write down the grammar rule. This is nothing but our grammar rule, or this is our CFG rule. It is the CFG rule, right? So listen it carefully, see it once again. If in the PDA rule like this, delta qi comma a comma z0, that equal to qi plus 1 comma z1 z2. If it is in this particular format, then you have to convert in the rule that, don't write delta here because it is a grammar rule, qi z0 qi. So this z0 goes here, so qi and qi, so this qi will be here also and here also. This a will go here on the RHS side, dot into the bracket qi z1. You just take this z1 here, qm dot qm z2 you have to take here z2 and qi plus 1, qi plus k, right? So this is there. And rule number 3, the production rule for the ID of the form delta qi a z0, that is equal to qi plus 1 comma epsilon. If this is in the transition of the PDA in this format, then what is the grammar rule? So grammar rule is written in this way. So don't write delta here, by mistake it is written delta because it is a grammar rule. So you have to write down this qi comma z0. So qi come here, z0 it will come here as it is, and qi plus 1. So this qi plus 1 you have to take it here, and this a will definitely go on the right hand side. This a symbol or whatever it may be, this is nothing but your input character. You have to always bring this input character on the right hand side in that particular grammar. This is nothing but your CFG, that is context free grammar rules. Getting this point? So see these rules carefully once again, and whatever may be the examples we are going to discuss now, they all uses these 3 rules only. These are the only 3 rules you have to follow, right? So first rule, if the q0 is the start state in the PDA and qn is the final state, so in the resultant grammar you just add this particular state q0 z qn, just add this particular state the resultant grammar, right? Then rule number 2 says that in the PDA, in the PDA, if you have the rule like this delta qi a z0, that is equal to qi plus 1 comma z1 z2, that can be, so rule can be written qi z0 qi, that gives you a dot qi z1 qm. So this first non-terminal goes in the first bracket and the second non-terminal should go in the second bracket. So this is our CFG rule. This is our CFG rule, right? The second way, and the second rule, or the third rule, the production rule. If the production rule or the production ID in the PDA, if it is in this format delta qi a z0, that is equal to qi plus 1 comma epsilon, then how to write the grammar rule? Grammar rule is to be written, right? qi will here, a will then z0 will be here, and qi plus 1, and a will come on the right hand side. So remember this thing, how the arrangement. So a will always go on the right hand side, so z0 will becomes your non-terminal here, qi will be remains qi here, right? And here qi, qm, then qm and qi plus k. So remember this conversion rule, rule number 1, rule number 2, and rule number 3 for the conversion of PDA means the PDA is given to us and we have to convert this PDA into context-free grammar rule. So see examples on this conversion. Consider the given PDA with the following rules. Okay, so PDA is given, push down automata, and its rules are given. Rule number 1, rule number 2, rule number 3, rule number 4, rule number 5. Obtain the CFG equivalent to the given PDA. We have to find out the CFG, context-free grammar, from this given PDA rule. So see the rules: delta Q0 AZ0 equal to Q0 AZ0. This is the first rule. Second rule: delta Q0 comma A that is equal to Q0 AA. Q0 comma B comma A that is equal to Q1 epsilon. Delta Q1 comma B comma A that is equal to Q1 epsilon. Delta Q0 epsilon Z0 equal to Q1 epsilon. So these rules are given and we have to convert these rules into the grammar, into the equivalent grammar, that is nothing but the context-free grammar. So see the three rules which we have discussed just now, that we have to apply here to each and every production. For each, this is the production rule, ID rule, we have to apply the rules. There is corresponding rule. This is the rule, we have to apply the rule for this particular ID. So see how. First create a production rules for the start symbol. So very first you have to write down, create the production rules for the start symbol as S gives Q0 Z0 Q0 and S gives Q0 Z0 Q1. By default, you have to observe how many states are there in the given PDA. There are two states, Q0 and Q1. So you have to write down the start state as equal to Q0 Z0 as a stack symbol Q0, and second rule you write Q0 Z0 Q1. How many states are there? So there are state Q0 Q1. So first you write down it for Q0 Z0 Q0, and then you write down it for Q0 Z0 Q1. You have to write down for Q1, right? Then now take each production one by one. Consider second, number 2, we have given here number 2. Consider the rule delta Q0 AZ0 that equal to Q0 AZ0. This is the rule of PDA. This is our PDA ID or instantaneous description. So first grammar rule written for this transition is Q0 Z0 Q0 gives us A. So as per the rule given, so Q0 is here, Z0 Q0. This A should be bring here into the bracket Q0 A. So this A will be here Q0 dot Q0, this Z0, this second Z0, it will go here and Q0, right? So this will become the first rule. See here, the number first is given in the small Roman number. Second number Q0, see it carefully, listen it carefully, observe it on your screen very carefully. Q0 Z0 Q0. Now second one again A Q0 A Q1. So here you have to change the state from Q0 to Q1. Here also you have to change the state from Q0 to Q1. Remaining field are as it is Z0 and Q0, right? Then number 3, see here Q0 Z0 Q1. This is our second one. This is the third rule, Q0 Z0 Q1. So for this rule, again we have to write down A as it is, Q0 A Q1, sorry, Q0 Z0 Q1, right? Q0 Z0 Q1 as it is. The next Q0 Z0 Q1, for this again produce another grammar rule, that is A Q0 A Q1 here, then Q1 Z0 Q1, finally Q1 Z0 Q1. So these are the 4 grammar rules. These are the 4 grammar rules, 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are received from, or these are obtained from this PDA transition. These are the 4 grammar rules. So see the combination. So you have to make the states Q0 Z0 Q0. So for these 2 transitions are there, and for Q0 Z0 Q1 there are again 2 transitions are there. So for this first, very simple, Q0 A Q1. So this field, this particular parameter, it must be coming from the right hand side, first parameter, and this second parameter, this should come also from the right hand side, second non-terminal. Getting this point? And rest of the combinations here, once you got the concept, it will be very easy. There will be no any difficulty here. It is very simple. Q0, 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 Q0. And the second, while you are writing for the same here, Q0, Z0, Q0, Q0, Z0, Q0. So write down here Q0, 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 Q0 in the first. Then second, for writing this Q0, Z0, Q0, Q0, Q1, Q1, Q0. Right. So while writing first, all the states are Q0, Q0, and here also Q0, Q0. And writing second rule, just write down Q0, Q1, and in here Q1, Q0. And the middle symbol is nothing but they are received middle symbol. They are received A, Z0. Right. So you have to bring this A here and Z0 in between Q0, Q0, and Q1 and Q0. Right. Now take the next one, that is Q0, Z0, Q1. Here also Q0, Z0, Q1. Right. So this is to be taken, or this is to be bifurcated as Q0, 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 Q1. Same way, Q0, 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 Q1 here. And in the second, while writing Q0, Q1, Q1, Q1. Here you have to write down Q1. This is also Q1, and this is again Q1. And the symbol is nothing, A is nothing coming from the right hand side, that is A and Z0. Now consider the third rule. Consider the third rule, that is nothing but delta Q0AA, that is equal to Q0A. Now here you might get confused here, because here is A, and on the this also you are getting A here. Here the two A's are there. Means we a little bit confusion is there. Key this A is to bring on which side, right? So don't get confused here. So this first A to be bring in between Q0, Q0 here, and the second A is to be bring in this particular way. So this particular column, it is to be formed with this A, and this column it is to be formed with the second A. Whereas this A, your A, this A goes here on the right hand side. Just already we have discussed, and this particular A will go between here, right? And one next rule, that is rule number 5, 6, 7, and 8. They are formed here. That is Q0A, Q0, Q0A, Q0. Two rules are there: Q0A, Q1, and Q0A, Q1. So for that, see here the sequence Q0, 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 Q0. Okay, Q0, 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 Q0. Then Q0, Q1, Q0, Q1, Q0. So Q0, Q1, and Q1, Q0. Okay. Then next one is Q0, 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 Q1. Because it is a Q0, Q1 this state. That's why here we have to take Q0, Q1 as it is. And final state, in the final case, you have to take Q0, Q1, Q1, Q1. Because this is the only change. You have to take here Q0, Q1, Q1, Q1. Getting this point? So this is the way how to write down the rules, and these are nothing but the four rules, CFG rules. These are the four CFG rules that are obtained from this PDA ID. This PDA ID. Getting this point? Now let us go for the next rule, rule number 4. Consider the next rule. So this rule is simple one: delta Q0B, A, that is equal to Q1 epsilon. So simple one, and as per our rule, how to convert this rule, this ID into the rule? So a Q0A. So your A, definitely it goes in the middle, and Q1. So Q0 will be here, and Q1 will be here, and B. So this B, which is nothing but the input, that must go on the right hand side, right? So this will becomes Q0, A, Q1. That gives us a B. That gives us B. That is nothing but the terminal, right? This is as per our rule. This is as per the rule. Consider the next rule: Q1B A equal to Q1 epsilon. So same rule we are applying here. So Q1, this Q1 will go here. The Q1 will go here. The A, that must be here, and B symbol, that is nothing but the input alphabet, that must go on the right hand side, right? Next, consider the rule delta Q0 epsilon Z0, that is equal to Q1 epsilon. The same rule we are applying here. So Q0 here, Q0, Q0, then Q1, Q1 here. Z0, this Z0 must go in between Q0, Q1, and the epsilon must go on the right hand side. That is nothing but this rule on the right hand side. See here. So we assume that now all the rules we have framed. So how many rules we have framed? So the rule numbers which are marked here with the Roman numbers, Roman small numbers, they are the rules. So we just name this. So just name this Q0, Z0, Q0, that is equal to capital A. The second step is to rename this, because keeping in mind, so understanding this is very difficult. So just name it that is state, capital A, then Q0 Z0 Q1 as a capital B, Q0 comma A comma Q0 that is equal to capital C, Q0 A Q1 equal to capital D, Q0 Z0 Q0 that is equal to E, Q0 Z0 Q1 equal to F, Q0 A Q0 that is equal to G, capital G, and Q0 A Q1 that is equal to capital H. So all these are renamed, all the states are renamed with this capital letters. So after renaming, so we can now write the CFG. We can now write the CFG as S gives AB. So as per the rules, so these are as per the rules, S gives A and B. Then A gives A, CA and ADE. So this A is nothing but we have written A into bracket. So this is nothing but your C, capital C, this is capital A, right? And A is also here. Then capital D and capital E. The rules we have written like this. Then capital B gives capital small a dot C dot B and ADF. Capital C equal to ACC and ADG. Capital D, we have got these rules. Capital H gives B. Capital B gives epsilon. So the rules for now this is the grammar, this is the CFG we have just obtained from the rules renaming, from the renaming of the rules. Now what we will do, so see, observe here, there is no rule, there is on the left hand side, if you observe, there is no rule defined for the symbol E, F and G. Here is no transition from E, there is no rule like this, F there is no rule like this, and G there is no rule like this. So this can be removed, E, F and G, and all their occurrences on the right hand side. So removing all these on the right hand side, we will get the grammar like this. S gives A, B, A gives AC because this term you are going to remove, then B gives ACB, this term is being removed, and epsilon. A gives C gives ACC, right, and D gives ACD, D ADH, and small b, whereas B small capital H gives small b. So this is nothing but our final context free grammar. That is the correct answer for the given PDA, push down automata. We have converted our grammar successfully to this to the context free grammar, right? So there is no difficulty at all, it is very simple. Only the thing is that you have to remember the rules, how to convert the PDA ID transitions into the grammar rules, right? So let us see one more example. So from these examples only, if you practice more and more example, if you go through more and more example, that will becomes very easy for you, right? So let us see one more example. Consider the PDA. Consider this PDA Q01Z0, because already these things are given to you. What do we have to do here? We have to just convert. We have to take this rule and just convert into the grammar rule. Just take the second rule, convert into the grammar rule, right? So here also it is very simple. So I write just Q0. So X, I know that Q0 X must be here and Q0, right? So and this A, this one is not being a terminal symbol. This one being a terminal symbol, it will go like here, and here also Q0, and this X will be in the middle of this Q0, and in the next bracket also Q0 X Q0. It is very simple. Okay, so this is written for Q0 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 X Q0 Q0 X Q1. On the same way we have to write down this. Only the thing is that here we have to change the state. So if it is a Q0, you have to write down Q1, and here also Q1 Q1 for the final state, for the final rule, right? So the same, it is very simple. There is no difficulty at all. So these are the grammar rule, and it is asked to obtain the context free grammar for the equivalent PDA. So very first you have to write on the start, right? So first create the production rule for the start symbol. So for start symbol, it is also fixed. In all cases you will find it is fixed. So S gives Q0 Z0 Q0 and Q0 Z0 Q. So in after finding all the rules, we are marking it as capital A, and it is marked as a capital B, because we have to convert into the grammar, and for simplicity we are renaming this state into capital A and capital B. Okay, afterward we'll see this. Now this first is over. Now take this first rule, then take second rule, then take third, then take 4, 5, 6 rules are there. For all 6, find out the rules. So simple one. Consider the rule delta Q01 Z0 Q0 X Z0. Very simple. So Q0 Z0 Q0. So definitely this Z0 will come here. This Q0 will go here, and this Q0 will go here, right? Now 1. So 1, as already told you, that 1 must be on the right hand side. 1 must be on the right hand side. So gives you 1 dot Q0 Q0. So X, so this X must be go here, and this Z0, it must go this in the bracket, right? So first, only the thing what which you have to remember, first take Q0, 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 then you have to go for Q0, Q1, Q1, Q0. This is the only difference you have to remember. While writing this, you have to remember, first is Q0, Q0, all the fields are Q0, 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 Q0. Then you have to write down Q0, Q1, Q1, Q0. Next state, now change the state here, the Q0, Q1 here. So Q0, Q1. So for that you have to write down Q0, 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 Q1. And the final is nothing but your Q0, Q1, Q1, Q1. So Q1, 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 Q0. So here Q0, 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 Q1, Q0, Q1, Q1, Q0, then Q0, 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 Q0. So this way we have to write down Q0, Q4, Q0, Q0, Q1, Q1, Q0, 3 Q0, 1 Q1, and Q0, 3 Q1. And the rest of the things, so this Z0, it is coming from this Z0, this X is nothing but it is coming from this right hand side, whereas this Z0 you have to move into the left hand side of this arrow, and 1 of course on the right hand side, being it, this one is nothing but the terminal. This is nothing but your terminal. X and Z0, this capital letter Z0, they all are your non-terminals. They are all nothing but your non-terminals, right? So the same way we carry for the second rule. So same rules we have to follow here. These same rule we have to follow. So by following this, Q0x Q0, that gives 1 into bracket Q0x Q0, Q0x Q0. Okay, then Q0x Q0, again it will give only the thing, only changes this, right? Then Q0 Q1. So here you have to change the state. Q0 Q1 now changes here, right? Then you have to go for Q0 x Q1. So Q0 on the change is here. Now here is the change. Here is the change. You'll find this is the change here, right? So this and this one is the change. So this is the case, or this is the way how we, and this X, this definitely X goes here. This second X goes here. This X will be here. So Q0, Q0, these two Q0, they are coming here, and this one, of course, it is on the right hand side. That is the terminal symbol, right? So very simple. They are very simple. There is no difficulty. There is no any mathematical part like integration, derivation, or any hard mathematics involved here, right? So very simple. You have to just remember the logic. You have to just understand the logic. You have to remember the logic of the conversion. Now take the next number 4. Consider the rule Q0 0x Q1x. So Q0 Q0 gives you 0 Q0 Q0, then Q0 x Q1, that gives you 0 Q0 x Q1. The next, consider the rule delta. Now see here, Q0 sigma Z0, that is equal to Q0 epsilon. Sorry, it is not a sigma, it is a epsilon. Q0 epsilon. Then you will get us only one rule Q0 Q0. This Q0 and this Q0, Z0 will definitely go here, and epsilon it will be on the right hand side as per the rule. And 6, consider the rule delta Q1 1x, that is equal to Q1 epsilon. So same, only one rule Q1 x Q1, that gives you 1. That gives you 1 as a terminal symbol, right? 7, consider the rule delta Q0 1 Z0, that is equal to Q0 Z0. We'll get here Q0 Z0 Q0, that gives us 1 Q0 Z0 Q0 as a rule, and another rule Q0 Z0 Q1, that gives 1 Q0 Z0 Q1 as another rule. So we have got a total, how many rules we have got here? So total we have got here 10 plus 4, that is 14 rules we have got. But there are okay, so we have to convert, we have to rename this the rules we have obtained. So assume this capital letter name, that is Q0 Z0 Q0 equal to capital A, Q0 Z0 Q1 equal to capital B, Q0 X Q0 equal to capital C, Q0 X Q1 equal to capital D, Q1 Z0 Q0 equal to capital E, Q1 Z0 Q1 equal to capital F, Q1 X Q0 equal to capital G, Q1 X capital Q1 equal to capital H. So CFG rules. So for all these states, now we just write in the form of this capital letter rules. So just writing down this, we'll get here. A gives capital AB, A gives 1 CA, 1 CE, B gives 1 CB and 1 DE, C gives 1 CC, 1 DG, D gives 1 CD, 1 DH, C gives 0 C, D gives 0D, A gives epsilon, H gives 1, and A gives 1A. So all these are 14. If you count it, 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So all the 14 rules we have written here, right? So the production rules for E, F, and G are not defined. So hence we will eliminate the production rules on the right hand side containing the non-terminals E, F, G. So remove these E, F, G's. So the grammar becomes like this. So this is the grammar. So after eliminating E, F, and G from the right hand side, remove all their occurrences. Now if you observe to this grammar, this can be further reduced to as rules B, C, D does not lead to any terminal. So see, this B does not have any terminal, C does not have any terminal, and D also does not have not any terminal. So that's why they also be removed. Hence eliminate them also. So final context free grammar becomes S gives A, so B is now removed, and A gives 1A because C is now removed, and epsilon, this is only remaining A. Okay, so this is the only grammar obtained here. So this is the grammar, this is the correct grammar we have obtained here, CFG, from the given PDA. Getting this point? So means first step is that you have to follow all the rules and you have to convert the ID transitions into the grammar rule. Then you have to rename with the capital letters, capital A, B, C, D, and S must be the start of the grammar. Then we have to observe that which symbols are useless, means we are removing the useless symbols like this E, F, G, and B, C, D. They does not go to any terminal state. That's why they are also being removed. And the simplified grammar, final answer we are writing with this. S gives capital A and capital A gives 1A and epsilon. Getting this point? So this is the way. Next, example number 3. Obtain the CFG. So very first step is what we have to do here. First create the production rules for the start symbol. So S gives Q0, Z0, Q0 and Q0, Z0, Q1. Right. So this is the two states written for the start symbol. Now take the each rule one by one. So consider the rule delta Q0, 0, Z0, that is equal to Q0 X Z0. So we will get all the 4 rules here from the same, and the logic is same. Q0, 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 Q1, Q1, Q0. Here Q0, 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 Q1, and in the last one Q0, Q1, Q1, Q1. The X is here, which is coming from this side. Z0, the non-terminal. Then 0, this 0 is on the right hand side, that is nothing but, and this Z0 goes in the middle of Q0, Q0, and these are the two states, Q0, Q0. So Q0, 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 Q1, and Q0, Q1. So these are the states. We have to find out their transitions on this, and this is nothing but the terminal symbol. This is the terminal symbol, this one, right? So just write down for the third rule, that is delta Q0, 0x equal to Q0, xx. Now here the confusion may be there because this is also X, this is also X, and this is also X. So don't get confused here. So just write down the 5th rule, 6th rule, 7th rule, and the rule number 8. Q0 X Q0, that gives 0 dot, Q0 X Q0, Q0 X Q0. Okay, Q0 X Q0, that is again write down Q0 X Q0, and we are changing just here Q1 Q1. Rest of the things are same. Now Q0 Q1, the change is here. And for Q0, Q1, the change is here, Q1, Q1, Q1. Getting this point? On this one, our remaining rest of the things are same. So these are the 4 rules. These are also 4 CFG rules, right? Then consider the next rule, number 4. Consider the rule delta Q01x equal to Q1 epsilon. So Q0x Q1, that gives us 1. So only one rule we get here because this is nothing but our pop operation. Q1 epsilon means this top of the stack, it is to be popped out from the stack. So for the pop, only one grammar rule we obtain here, Q0x Q1, Q0x Q1, that gives you 1 only, that gives you 1 as a production grammar. The next rule Q1 1x, that is equal to Q1 epsilon. Again it is a pop rule. So we get only one grammar rule, Q1. So this is Q1 here, this is Q1 here. So Q1, Q1. So X, that gives you 1. That gives you 1, right? Then 6, consider the rule Q1 epsilon X, that is equal to Q1 epsilon. So the same Q1 X, Q1, that gives you epsilon. And then last one is Q1 Q0 epsilon Z0, that is equal to Q1 epsilon. So we're getting here Q1 Q1 Z0 and epsilon, and it gives the epsilon. So collect all the rules and assume their names as Q0 Z0 Q0 equal to capital A, Q0 Z0 Q1 equal to capital B, Q0 X Q0 equal to capital C, Q0 X Q1 equal to capital D, Q1 Z0 Q0 equal to capital E, Q1 X Q0 equal to capital F, and Q1 Z0 Q1 equal to capital G, Q1 X Q1 equal to capital H. So CFG rules are: S gives capital A and B, capital A gives 0CA and 0DE, capital B gives 0CB and 0DG, capital C gives 0CC and 0DF, capital D gives 0CD and 0DH, D gives 1, H gives epsilon, H gives 1, G gives epsilon. So if you want to check it, so just we'll check it. D means what? What is the value of D? D is nothing but this Q1x Q1, and Q1x Q1 it gives 1. So Q1x Q1, remember this Q1x Q1. So if we see Q1x Q1, okay, so Q1x Q1, Q1x Q1, okay, Q1x Q1, that gives us, this is nothing but our D. So this is nothing but our D, Q1x Q1 here. So I just erase it. So you will find a Q1x Q1. This is nothing but our D, that gives 1. And this is also D, Q1x Q1, D, that also gives a epsilon. Right? So what is the value of Q1 Z0 Q1? What is the value of Q1 0? So which is the capital letter we have assigned this? So we'll see here. So this is the thing. So D is 1, and so D is okay. So this is the way how we are assigning the capital names to the each state and their respective productions we have written. Getting this point? So okay, now from this grammar rule we observe that there are no rules for capital E and capital F. Hence, eliminate RHS containing E and capital F. So eliminate all their occurrences from the right hand side. We get the grammar in this particular format by eliminating E and F. So the rule for A and C generate the non-terminals as in the previous example also. So A, it does not have any terminal symbol, as well as C, it does not have no terminal symbol here. So definitely it can be removed here. So after removal of A and C and all their occurrences, means this A must be removed, this A must be removed, C must be removed here. So C is here, then C is here. So all C and A occurrences we are going to remove here. So after removing this, we get the grammar in this format only. A gives capital B, B gives capital O, 0 DG, then D gives 0 DH, 1, H gives 1 epsilon, and G gives epsilon only. So this is the way how we are converting the push down automata to the context free grammar. Getting this point? So this is the way we have to follow while converging. So it is just a little bit, one can say that time consuming task, or it is somewhat confusing in some cases, but as you go on practicing, as you go on observing so many examples, it will be very easy. There is no any one can say no difficulties involved in this particular case. Getting this point? Now we will start the next topic, and that is nothing but the post machine. Post machine, right? So what exactly is the post machine? So observe it carefully on your screen. The limitation of finite state machines are overcome by push down machine or the push down automata, because in PDA the concept of stack is introduced, as already we have discussed. Yet PDA has some limitations. So though we say that yes, PDA is a very powerful, PDA is nothing but the FSA, a finite state machine with a stack, and it is having more power as compared to DFA, NFA. No doubt it is true, but still it has some limitation. The PDA cannot accept the context sensitive languages. It cannot accept the context sensitive language. Of course, it accepts your context free language, CFL, but CSL it does not accept. So what to do here? So in 1936, the Emil Post, the name of the inventor or the name of the scientist, he introduces the simplistic model which is known as the Post machine. By his name, the machine is named as the Post machine, or in simple word, we can call it as a Q automata. In simple word, we call it as a Q automata because because your PDA is nothing but your stack automata. Already we have discussed, it is nothing but your stack automata. In stack is being used in your PDA, push down automata. And now we are going to see the automata where we are using the Q, where we are going to use the Q as a data structure, right, or as a memory storage unit. That is called as the Post machine. So this machine has the capacity to accept any language that can be precisely defined by human beings. So see its capability. So the any language described by the human being, it can able to accept. This machine is more powerful than finite automata and push down automata, of course, because it uses Q as a storage structure, and it is more powerful as compared to the push down as well as the finite automata, that is your DFA and NFA. That means it accepts regular language, non-regular language, context-free language, and non-context free language also. The Post machine, it accept regular, non-regular, context-free, and non-context-free language also. Post machine can be viewed as a finite automata with a Q as a data structure, and the Q provides memory to increase the capability. So with the help of this Q structure, it increases its capability of that particular Post machine. So it is an automata. You can say that the Post machine is very similar to your push down automata. Means Post machine is a one type of automata where instead of stack, we are going to use the Q only. We are going to use Q. So see here carefully the characteristics of Post machine. So the machine, Post machine is a deterministic one. You cannot have a non-deterministic Post machine, just like your NPDA. It uses a Q instead of stack. Input is always assumed to be loaded in Q. So all the input string is loaded inside the Q. A special symbol hash is the marker, and it is stored at the rear end of the Q along with the input. Then items can be added only to the rear end of the Q and deleted from the front end. So as you know that the Q works on the principle, you go on adding the item from the rear end and it will be removed from the front end of that particular Q. A single move in the Post machine depends on, that is nothing but the transition of the Post machine. That depends on the state of the machine, current state of the machine, and the symbol at the front of the Q. Which symbol is at the front side? Means the transition delta of the Post machine, it depends upon the current state of the machine, whether it is a Q0, Q1, and the symbol of the Q means toe. If you assume the toe is the Q symbol, now here we are not considering it as a stack symbol, but we are considering toe as a Q symbol. So next state of the machine, Post machine, depends upon the Q into toe. Getting this point? A move in the Post machine has the three components. So three components we have to consider in the Post machine. The next state, whether or not to remove the current symbol from the front of the Q, means whether this particular symbol is to be removed or not, that is to be decided, and what to add to the rear end of the Q. So this is the front end and this is the rear end. So the current state, the next state, what will be the current state? Suppose this is the Q0, it will go to Q1, and this symbol is to be removed from the Q front end, and which symbol is to be added from the rear end of that particular Q. So these are, one can say that the characteristics of Post machine. It is deterministic. It uses the Q as a data structure. Input always loaded inside the Q. Special symbol hash is used in the rear end. Hash is used at the marker and it is stored at the rear end. So hash is very similar to your Z0 symbol used in the stack. This hash symbol, it is very similar to your Z0. We are using Z0 in the stack, and it is stored at the rear end and the Q along with the input. So items are added only to the rear end and deleted from the front end, and the state depending upon the current state and the symbol in the front end. The machine has to decide the next state. In every transition, it has to decide the next state of the machine, whether to add or whether or not to remove the current symbol from the front end, and what to add to the rear end of the machine. That the post machine has to decide. So a post machine is defined. See here the formal definition of the post machine, just like your push down automata, defined by the tuple 7 tuple q sigma tau delta q0 capital F and hash, where you can find capital Q is nothing but the finite set of state, sigma is nothing but the finite set of input alphabet, tau, this tau is nothing but the finite set of q alphabet. This is now q alphabet and not the stack. Delta is nothing but the transition function, q0 is the initial state, capital F is the finite set of final state, and hash is nothing but the mark the rear end of the queue. Remember, this hash indicates the rear end of the queue, where you are adding the elements into the queue and they are deleting from the front end of the queue. A transition in the post machine means a new state, an insert without delete operation, an insert with delete operation, a delete without insert operation. So transition, see, these are the 4 possibilities for the delta transition in the post machine, right? So these are the 4 transitions. First transition is that a new state, a completely new state, or you can have insert without delete operation, means so if you assume this as a queue, and if it is a front end and if it is a rear end, right? So insert without delete, so if it is A is here, double A is here, double B is here, and hash is marked here, right? So whether any other symbol, suppose B is to be inserted without deleting the front end of the queue, this is the first possibility. Second possibility, insert with delete. So yes, you are going to insert this B here and you are going to remove this A, means front end the character is deleted and the rear end character is being added, and the delete without insert operation means no insertion will be there but delete will be there. So delete will be there, but this B will not be inserted. There will no any new character is inserted in the queue, but the front end of the queue will be deleted with 1 character, right? So we'll see the operations, how to perform the operations. See, no insert, no delete. Consider the first queue operation, no insert, no delete. So it is written with the transition function like this: delta q1 epsilon gives q2 epsilon. Delta, so the queue operation or the post machine operation, so this is the first operation, no insert, no delete, means q1 epsilon that gives you q2 epsilon, means only state change from q1 to q2. Only the state is changing from q1 to q2. So no delete, no insert. There is a no delete and no insert in this case. Second, insert without delete, means a new character is being inserted in the queue but no delete operation. So see here, delta q1 epsilon that gives you q2a. If this is the transition, this transition means that you are inserting some character but no delete operation is there. So see here, no delete means q1 epsilon as it is, insert a symbol A. So this A we are inserting here after at the rear end of the queue. So if this is the transition it means that insertion is there without delete operation, just like our A, delta q0 AA, meaning is that you are going q0 AA, means this is nothing but your push operation in case of stack, and pop operation means delta q0 B comma A, that is equal to you are changing the state q1 epsilon. So this operation, if this is the operation, means this is the current symbol is small b, top of the stack is A, so you have to remove this top of the stack with this push pop operation q1 comma epsilon. So this A will be popped out the same way. So if the operation is like this, delta q1 epsilon gives q2A, meaning is that this A is now inserted at the rear end of the queue. Coming to next, insert with delete means you are inserting A as well as you deleting 1 character from the front of the queue. So the operation is like this: q1A means this A will be deleted and this B will be added. So see here, delete A, so this A get deleted here, and insert symbol B at the rear end of the queue. Insert symbol B at the rear end of the queue. This operation we have to use. And the last one is delete without insertion, means we have to delete but there will be no insertion. So I can say that this is this side we are inserting, this is the right on the right hand side This is nothing but the insert side, and this left hand side is nothing but the delete side, right? So delete but no insertion, so that is nothing but Q1A. So this A will be deleted, but epsilon means there will be no item to be added at the rear end of the queue. So this is the way. So delete A and no insert operation perform at the rear end of the queue, right? So while performing the post machine operation, we have to remember the 4 operation. Number 1, no insert with no delete, insert without delete, insert with delete, and delete without insert. 4 cases are possible, and these are the 4 transitions. Delta Q1 epsilon gives you Q2 epsilon, delta Q1 epsilon gives to. So this side, I can say that this side is nothing but our insert side, right hand side, and this side, our left hand side, is nothing but our delete side, right? So epsilon, here is epsilon and here is epsilon, means no insertion, no deletion. Epsilon means here no deletion, but A means you are inserting at A. Now here Q1A means you are deleting A, and Q2B means inserting B at the rear end of the queue. And A is here means you are deleting A, but epsilon is here on the insert side, means there is no insertion operation on the at the rear end of the queue. Getting this point? So this is the way how the post machine works. So let us go to the next point. Okay, so let us stop here. So what we have learned in this session, so push down automata and the context free grammar, already we have seen the relationship between the PDA and the CFG. Conversion of PDA into the CFG, very important topic that we have discussed. Examples also we have discussed on this. And the post machine, the next important topic is nothing but the post machine. Post machine being a very powerful as compared to your PDA and DFA and NFA. The post machine accepts all regular language, not regular languages, context free languages, as well as the context sensitive languages. And instead of stack, it uses the queue as a data structure for the as a auxiliary storage or as a temporary storage. And there are 4 important operations are used with reference to the post machines that already we have discussed, right? So just go through it once again so that all your doubts will become clear. So okay, so let us stop here for the today's session.